Hello Nexters, Adam here again, and today I'm joined by the illustrious Peter Ahlman from our sister company BST Devices. We're going to be exhibiting together at IBC this year, so I thought it would be really nice if we did a little bit of information about what BST Devices does and what it's all about and the philosophies behind it. So Peter, it's the first time you've exhibited at IBC this year?
Exactly.
What is it? I mean, this must have been quite a journey. So why develop robotics? What's the reasoning behind it?
Well, me and my colleagues have been involved in various installations and managed service installations here and there. And we tried a lot of the robotic systems on the market. But honestly, we were rather disappointed, I would say. So basically, we thought we can do this better, and that's the route we are on.
Okay, so you're just trying to make an improvement or a step change in the way that robotics is approached effectively?
Yep.
Okay, so what is it that is making BST Devices uniquely different engineering-wise from all the other robotic systems on the market?
Well, we have a few things that have caused us some trouble earlier. One is, of course, the noise issue when moving. The other one is reliability. The third is ease of operation and possible to develop new ways to produce also. And there are more, but at least some are there.
So to dig into that a bit deeper, I think engineering-wise, how have you solved, for instance, the noise problem? What have you done to address that?
Yeah, if we start with, for example, the pan tilt head, all the other constructions we tried, they have a different type of gear mechanism with a high revving small motor and a gear mechanism of one sort of another. So that makes one, noise. Two, eventually those gears have a risk of wearing out, and you have this problem of gear cogs going one direction. Want to change direction, it clocks and then it locks. So it's very, very hard to make very, very smooth, subtle movements without jumps and things like that. So the pan tilt head is actually a direct drive construction. It has only two moving parts, the pan axle and the tilt axle. So it means it is basically almost totally quiet. It can be also very fast. We can do what we call a whip pan, almost 180 degrees with a full broadcast camera and lens in 1 second with a perfect start and stop, which means you can do new type of productions. Maybe not for the 9 o'clock news, but for entertainment and for youth, etc. It could be an interesting possibility. The pillar, robotic pillar or column, is also the fastest and has also the longest stroke, as far as we can see on the market.
Just to stop you there, what does stroke mean for the audience who may
how low can you go and how high can you go? Okay. Without a rebuild, because I mean the number 1A formula for shooting a talking head is that center of lens should be at eye height. Mm-hmm. So if you have a rather short person sitting down, you have an eye height above floor about 1 meter, and if you have a rather tall person standing up, the eye height of almost 2 meters. Mm-hmm. And we can do that directly without racers or rebuild or something. Mm-hmm. Plus speed, we are at least double as fast as the rest of the gang.
Mm-hmm. So you could cope with somebody sitting down and then suddenly standing up, and you'd be able to rise up and keep their eyes in the middle.
Yeah, if you have a studio situation where somebody have an interview in a sofa, for example, and some others making a weather presentation standing up, you can take that directly without fiddling or using different cameras or something if you wanted to, and you don't have to plan, etc. Also, if we go to the dolly on rail, we have long rubber strips in the rail that go all the total length of the rail, even over joints. This means 1, it's super quiet. 2, track joints are not noticeable and none of this bunkity bunk when you go over track joints.
I wasn't aware that was a problem, bunkity bunking, but it probably is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so what would be the reason for somebody to choose BST devices over the competition? What's the benefits of all of this kind of new way of thinking?
Lowest possible noise, possible of making productions in a new way that has otherwise not been possible. Very low maintenance. We have constructed BST not to need maintenance basically at all. Also, I think we do have a price edge on the other brands. On top of that, we have now also our web interface with the shotbox and thumbnails and things, which is the most modern, I think, there is out there, with a lot of possibilities. For example, software joysticks, bullseyes. You can on a screen work the robotics. We are also now on IBC introducing the first certified personal safety system with scanners keeping track of everything around the dolly, so you can safely have personnel working in the studio.
So in this case, if somebody walks onto the track, for instance, the robot will stop regardless of how fast it's traveling?
Yep, but only if it's close and in the direction where the dolly is going. But if it's moving towards you, then it will know
it will stop.
That you are there, yes.
Interesting. So, and you touched on that briefly just then, but it's not really just about the hardware either. It is about the software. I mean, you've taken an equally innovative approach to how you build the software that drives it, and also the level of control. I mean, I've had a go at it, and it is remarkable how you can control a very, very long zoom at this tiny, tiny speed, and it's just totally natural.
Yep.
What have you done with that, and what kind of technologies have you used to build that?
A few of those things are with this direct drive motor technology, which gives you a very high resolution and extremely smooth possibility of movement. And it's possible to construct the servos in a way that a geared construction is very, very hard to do. That's one thing.
And the software itself is...
Yes. And then, of course, the software is also totally web-based, and it's truly web-based, which means we don't have this standard, master-slave or master or backup server thinking. We have master. So if one goes down, somebody pulls the power plug, the rest of the system will work, etc. So everybody's backing up everybody else, for example. And it's totally web-based in a true sense, which means you can have a very large organization controlling different things in different authorizations and things like that. And all around the world, anybody can sit anywhere and control whatever, anywhere, etc.
Okay, that's great. So people can come and see this at IBC. The stand is it's Hall 7, stand A02. So if you want to visit, one of the other things that we'll be able to show is actually that it's fully integrated with nxtedition as well, isn't it?
Isn't that a big surprise?
Isn't that a big surprise? So the sister companies and nxtedition work together really, really well, and we can actually put the events to drive the robotics directly in our rundowns as well. So it's really amazing technology, and congratulations on your achievement. Look forward to you being swamped at IBC, which I'm sure you will be.
It has been, as you can see, very sweaty to reach there. No, it's unusually hot in Sweden for this. That's why I'm a little bit warm.
Well, thanks for your time, Peter, and we'll see you in Amsterdam.